It's Week 16 of the NFL, and we'll be watching Terry McLaurin. There's been no shortage of work for him, sitting second in the league in catches. It's the Blues and the Jets, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. It is Week 16 of the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Blues of St. Louis taking on the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your...
Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now the Jets offense ready to take over, and they do so behind the now 40-year-old quarterback. He hit that milestone back on December the 2nd. Here is Aaron Rodgers.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw into the hands here of Hardman. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to...
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Still going inside the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, just an excellent play there by the defense to not only pick it but take it back, because Charles looked like they were in a groove passing the football, several completions until that mistake.
They certainly did appear to be locked in, and with how this offense was moving along, I know we certainly didn't expect to see a pick to end the series. Whatever the cause was, maybe they tipped one of those scripted plays. Maybe the defender just made a great read. It has certainly quickly changed the tone of this one.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Alex Erickson elects to take it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. Well, with 3 weeks left, they are in one of those 3 wild card spots, Charles, but that spot is not clinched, and there's not a ton of breathing room for them, so the bottom line, they just need to focus on winning right now.
Yeah, they totally have their eyes open, don't they? They know they've got teams trying to run them down. They can hear their footsteps. The question coaches ask guys in the locker room, Do you have another gear left to pull away and lock in that playoff spot? If so, let's hit it.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A first catch there for Wilson and a first down. So the assignment, a tough one here for this defense. You've got a quarterback ranked in the top 5 in passing yards. What do they need to do to try to keep him under wraps?
Well, they didn't sleep a whole lot getting ready for this one. I can guarantee you there's just so much to combat. But I think they're going to zero in on taking away his top target. Double, triple him if they have to. Make the other guys rise up and try and beat them. They'll feel a whole lot better if those guys win in the routes instead of their number one guy.
Brings us 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
On play action, Rodgers. Now that one to the right side and incomplete. When you look at this defense, they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
And I've loved watching this unit on tape because throughout this season, I've seen them do all the right things. They're about as talented a group as I've seen, and they know how to stop the run.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First down, Blues.
Powell. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Powell. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And once more, Howell back to the air. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Brought him a little extra space. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And Howell will throw it. Flushed out right. Fighting him off. Howell sliding down, and he picks up the first on that play. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Howell. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Rodgers going to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Another run with Mitchell. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Out right, here's Erickson. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Chase Young. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Deron Payne has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, Did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. St. Louis football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Howell. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate, drops it.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Another throw for Howell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Gets this out quickly to Dotson. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Howell down to throw it. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this 1st half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The New York set to take the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Caught by Wilson. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
At the 26-yard line.
Cook on the toss left. And he may have given those 6 yards right back as they're going to get to him well behind the line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the 1st half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at the 43. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and out will come the offense as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Now Howell. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the St. Louis first down.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, Howell. Returns it right back to Samuel. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down. They'll run with Mitchell. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2nd down, Howell back to pass. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Howell, he'll look to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And New York set to take the field. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And this one too low.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Rodgers. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. Throwing is Rodgers. Locates Hardman for another catch. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Now Rodgers. He finds Wilson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, And we'll step aside for a moment. Now a play fake. Rodgers. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive, but the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They run again on first down. Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run with Cook. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Dalvin Cook with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
From the end zone, here's Pringle. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
And it's complete to Mitchell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. First down, Howell to throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now 2nd and 3. Howell out of the shotgun. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Robert Tonyan, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. It's Howell with another throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Tonyan underneath. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Throw, but incomplete.
I think it's safe to say he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Rodgers now on 1st down. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. The number 4 overall pick, Anthony Richardson, a touchdown pass. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Traquan Smith, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Jordan Love has thrown a touchdown pass. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game and down the stretch being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And Howe will throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Faking the handoff, Howell. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Blues are able to stretch out their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Erickson going to take this from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Montez Sweat. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football and averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. John Franklin Myers drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at about the 14. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing here, Howell. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
13 yards. And the St. Louis first down.
A give up the middle to Gibson. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Howell's throw complete here on target to Tunyon. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Gain of 9 yards. First down, Blues.
Howell. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Reed there defensively.
Now Howell. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Maurice Hurst gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Rodgers throw into the hands here of Hardman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
At the 28-yard line.
On play action. Now Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Chase Young able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down again. Daron Payne picks picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing just outside his own goal line. "43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quentin Williams coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Hardman to return. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Shotgun now for Rodgers. On the out route, he finds Hardman. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 17. Throwing now is Rodgers. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Back to throw, Howell. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone.
You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. 2nd down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Howell. And he will find his man Samuel. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. They'll go play action. Howell. Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 4-yard line.
Howell down to throw it. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Howell, 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Blues look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Rodgers. In trouble, and he's taken down. Chase Young able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
3rd and 19. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And it's fielded at the 34. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
At the Jets' 47-yard line.
This time they'll throw it with Howell. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. John Franklin Myers picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to kick it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw right side, Wilson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A 7-yard pickup.
Here's Rodgers. Completes it to Hardman. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. Rodgers now on 1st down. And complete right side to Cook. And he goes out right around the 39. Rodgers going to throw. He's got the hook up to Lazard. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
A gain of 4 yards.
And again, it's Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Under pressure, and down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock.
Rodgers. Wilson's got it on the crossing route.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down, and he'll have it by plenty, as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down.
Open man here is Conklin, and they'll get this down to the 10.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Throwing is Rodgers.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
On second down, here's Mitchell.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for our visitors, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.